Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Today I want to talk to you about why is it that many of us or many people around the world make a mistake at the selection process. In other words, they follow through and respond to an attention of a woman or a man towards them while they really don't know that this is the right person for them or not, but yet they fall in love or they think they are in love. What is it that makes them confused? What is it in there that doesn't let them realize that what they love is not that person? But there is an emotion created that makes them convinced to go on with this relationship and even get married, and a few years or few months later or right away understand that this was the hugest mistake they've ever made, and they wonder why is it that they made that mistake, because at the time that they agreed to it they didn't think it was a mistake. What is it that stops them from seeing the mistake right off the bat? Well, that is because most of us, every one of us, loves to be loved, loves the attention, loves the affirmation, loves to be pursued in the way of romance, to see someone is really interested in them. This mostly happens amongst the women. In other words, a man approaches them and shows so much interest and attention and continues this attention and approach, even though you may not be interested at the beginning. That is not your type of a person. But the woman gets used to that attention and falls in love with the love that she's receiving, even though that love could be from a narcissist and planned as they operate that way to love bomb you, and eventually they get a control of your emotions, and then the real face will show up, which tells you that wasn't the man that you ever wanted to be with. Most women fall for this because they are eager to be praised, loved, worshipped, and that attention makes them to become addicted to receiving that attention. And what they really think they love is the love for that attention, love to be loved. Not loving that person, but they make a mistake. They think what they're loving is the person, but in fact what they're loving is the love and attention that they're receiving. Now that person happens to be the one who administers this love and attention and be able to facilitate that, but that person, the persona, is not what really she's interested in. She is interested and addicted and used to receiving, conditioned to receive that love and attention. And that persistent and persuasion and love bombing and attention that is the standard style of a narcissist makes the woman who is being targeted think that this amount of attention and interest translates into a possibility of this man being a reasonable person to have a balanced relationship based on equal footings, and they would be convinced that this much attention would be an evidence for a possibility of she would be in control of the relationship, at least as much as it would be fair that she expects, and she gets fooled thinking that this would be a reasonable man while it was all a plan. She's targeted to be love bombed to make her think this way, and then of course to be able to control, dominate, and do all the emotional harm that the usual narcissists do. And this is something they should be aware of, and not to mix the two together, and be aware and alert that what you're getting into, and not necessarily all these attentions would represent the person to be a fair and balanced person, but perhaps with ulterior motives. Something for you to pay attention to, which would help you for not falling for that trap and not finding yourself deep in challenging situations. So she falls in love with the love and attention and affirmation and praise that she's receiving, and she makes a mistake, confuses the two, and thinks that she's in love with that person. And that happens among men too, that the woman is very eager and accommodating, and the services and the love and attention and the sex and accommodations and all the favors that he receives from this woman makes him to think she's the right girl for him. Yet she she's just after her own plans to arrive to some kind of an arrangement that suits her goals in life and what she wants to achieve. So be careful about understanding, is it the persona, the character, the consciousness, the mentality, the actuality of that person that you desire, you love, you have compatibility with, or you have become used to the love and attention and the affirmation and the services and the favors that you receive, which you fall in love with that, and you think that what you're in love with is the actuality of the person, which is what the real problem is. And later on you see, when the whole thing is now opened up, you see that in a relationship, that person is not what you ever wanted to choose, but the love and attention is what you craved, what you needed, and you went for what you needed rather than what really was out there and was showing it to yourself. That was not your cup of tea, and you just fell for it. I hope that will open up your eyes and helps you to make the better decisions and go for a bigger and better thing next time. I'll talk to you soon.